behind a bus going the same direction as we are. They're actually from Hachinohe, so we're all going the same direction.
Yes, we are.
We're about to get to the good part here in a little bit. A lot of winding roads.
Yeah, we are up in the mountains right now, so lots of winding roads. And we're going to be increasing elevation pretty soon.
Yep.
Pretty quickly. Then we'll start seeing snow. You can already see some snow over here in the trees a little bit. And as we get up higher, we'll be seeing more and more snow.
Yep. Reason why I'm bidding on this, because what we're going to see is what we don't see at home. Yeah. Kind of give you an idea of how much snow they get up here.
Yeah, we planned this route because it was one of the few routes that didn't have tolls. Japan's really big on toll roads, and they're not exactly cheap.
Nope.
And so we did the long way around. I didn't know when we took this route that it was going to be taking us through the mountains, which you found out yesterday that it did. But it was a fun ride, if
Yep.
maybe a little, exhausting going back and forth, swerving, not swerving, but curving and winding the whole way. But it's not bad, and there's a lot of pretty scenery out this way. As you can see, it's very heavily forested. I love the forests. You get to see streams and rivers that are crystal clear. You get to see all kinds of stuff. It's just really pretty.
Definitely gonna be taking this road again, especially when everything is all green and not dead because of the winter. So, only thing that's green are the pine trees.
And they're always green.
And they're always green, yeah. There's tons of pine trees here in Japan.
Well, it depends a little bit on the region you're in.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're pretty common throughout most of Japan.
Where we're from, they're everywhere.
Yeah, well, we're in the far north.
Yeah.
They've got pine trees even around Kyoto and stuff, which is quite a bit to the southwest. And stuff. But I think once you start getting down to maybe Shikoku and Kyushu, some of the southern islands, and then on the Okinawa, you probably don't see a lot, I would imagine.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention, but there's some of the guardrails are kind of bent. Either people have been sliding into them or the weight of the snow that kind of just bent them out of shape.
The snow will weigh down tree branches tue, which could fall onto them, and there's all kinds of things.
Just different reasons, but yeah, some of the guardrails need to be replaced, but yeah.
You can already see we're getting more and more snow.
Yeah. And my ears are already popping. I'm chewing gum, so that's helping a little bit. Here in a second, we're going to see the snow on the side of the roads keep bigger and bigger and bigger the higher we go up.
Shikoku is 44 kilometers away.
In 9 kilometers, we're going to be turning right.
Yeah. Tsugayu.
Yeah.
I think that's what it said. I only caught a glimpse.
Yeah, it is. Something like that.
Sharp turn.
It's going to be kind of a long video, so.
Got some of these railings up here on the side. I'm not 100% sure what they're for, but I imagine
Snow built up.
they're good to help keep some of the snow maybe off the roads, or it could be for landslide prevention. I'm not exactly sure.
I think this is also what it's for, is for just in case that there's landslides, it'll just go over this and then into the creek over here on the side of the road.
Maybe.
There's a couple of these, and then we'll pass through tunnels too. I think we're about to pass it through. No, okay, yeah, this goes all the way up there, man. That poor bus. I'm glad whoever's driving it knows what they're doing.
I imagine you have to drive a bus. You probably need a special license like you do in the States.
I know, I mean, just 'cause some of these roads are so narrow for that bus. Like, it's hardly, like, staying in the lines.
Yeah, well, it really can. I don't remember. Very possibly.
I know it was somewhere around here.
Up in and around these mountains, there's actually a very well-known onsen, like a natural hot springs where you can bathe and stuff like that. And they have a traditional style Japanese inn, which aren't uncommon. They're a popular attraction here. We stayed in one kind of sort of last night, and everything. They're really nice. But what makes this one unique is when I say it's traditional, I mean it's traditional. They don't have electricity.
Nope.
It's out, kind of secluded, in the middle of the forest. They have no electricity. Everything is lit up at night by lamplight, by gas, by oil lamps.
Yeah,
yep.
Oil lamps and lanterns.
In fact, so the name of the place is Aoni Onsen, but it has a nickname, and that's Rampu no Yado, or the Lamp Inn, because of this. And it's supposed to be absolutely stunning. I've seen some pictures.
No one knows the mountains.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I've seen some pictures and everything, and it looks really gorgeous. So we're definitely intending to go at some point. It's a little pricey, not too bad. So we probably won't be able to do it this month. We just spent a lot of money on our trip today.
Yep.
And yesterday.
And yesterday.
But we fully intend to go at some point. I'm sure we'll be able to take some video, though we'll have to be sparing since we won't have a way to charge our phone outside of maybe some portable power banks or something.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I want to be disconnected from technology, so...
For a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but as long as they allow. I don't know if they allow videos and stuff, but I'm sure they must.
Well, they allowed a few of the other YouTubes just to go around for, quick, and then...
Yeah. So... But... Anyway, so that'll be a fun one to go and see anew eventually. And it's right in this area. I don't know exactly where it is, but I know we're pretty close to it right now.
Yeah.
So a lot of the scenery you're seeing is going to be some similar stuff to what you'll be seeing at the onsen. Now, I don't know if it's in the mountains. From the pictures I've seen, it looks like it's maybe a little bit further down.
There's a ton of snow built up on this. Like, on this, against here, there's a whole amount of snow built up on this thing. Sorry. Anyway.
You're good. That's what happens when you live in the snowiest inhabited region on Earth.
Yep.
Where we live doesn't get too bad, and let me tell you, it was worse than anything I've ever experienced. I don't like using the word worse. I actually quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was annoying at times, especially when you have to shovel out your parking space so you can get to work. But aside from that, I really enjoyed the snow. It was something different from back home. What I didn't enjoy so much was the ice. I kept slipping everywhere. I fell maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And I'm usually pretty good about maintaining my balance, but just couldn't manage it.
Bike riders, we're going at it today.
Yeah, this would be a rough ride too, with all the uphill and downhill and stuff. So good on them.
Muscles.
Good on them.
Yeah, now we're starting to get where it's a lot of snow. It's melting, but there's still a lot of snow.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Sorry, I can't keep the phone quite still. The road's not really great, but
It can't be helped.
yeah.
Got a word for that in Japanese. Shogunai. Can't be helped. Nothing can be done about it. Something like that. That's how you translate it.
As you can see, we're starting to get some walls of snow on the side of the road. There's going to be more.
Mountains in the distance are real pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Not as pretty as Maniwaki, mind you, but still very pretty.
Yeah.
You see a lot of the stuff out this way is a little run down.
Yep.
This is what it's like when you get out to the countryside out this way. I mean, it's the same in the States. So of course it would be the same here, but I think sometimes people imagine, a place to be a certain way. In Japan is, don't get me wrong, absolutely gorgeous. Even the run down stuff is pretty in its own way. But we're nowhere near places like Tokyo or Osaka or Kyoto, which is basically where all the young people move, because that's where the business opportunities are.
Mm-hmm.
I guess technically we're in Aomori city limits right now, but we're not going to get really into the city. And even Aomori City is not a booming, bustling urban hub.
Yeah.
It's one of the bigger cities here in the prefecture, but that's not saying much. And so there's just not as much opportunity for young people, and they oftentimes move to the big cities, which is understandable. But then, unfortunately, the people who get left behind in places like this are usually older people, or people who work in things like farming, which is, of course, a declining trade.
Yep. Small tunnel.
Yep. And so depopulation's a problem, and then with fewer people out this way, there's less people to maintain things.
Yep.
And also there's less money from tax revenue and stuff like that to help, maintain everything.
Yeah.
So it's just an unfortunate fact of life, but in any case, I really like it out this way. It's real pretty. Very good, baby.
I know. We're going downhill and go a little fast.
Yeah, I know. I've got it under control.
I knew. You still keep talking.
No.
You don't have to talk the whole time. It's just a video of the road.
I didn't realize this bus was going to be taking like the exact route we're taking back, so we've been behind them for quite a while now.
Yeah.
I don't know when, but I do know that today the students from Ursula Private High School in Hachinohe, yeah, they're supposed to be going on a trip to Hirosaki to see the cherry blossoms.
Okay.
We know a girl from there because she's the daughter of one of my English teachers that oversees me.
Yep.
And she goes to school there. And I guess she's going to be on her way there today. If they're not already there, they very well may be.
Oh, here's the bridge. Just mountains. This is like the valley.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Between the mountains. I can't really see over here because the charger's too short.
They're really high up.
Yeah, they're really high up. Up here where we're about to go is where most of the snow is super tall and going uphill. Up for a little bit, and then we're going to go downhill for the rest of the way. Get a GoPro and just mount it on here and just kind of let it run. So I don't have to hold my phone the whole time. Here we are. This is what I was talking about.
The trees look like they're reaching out for help.
Yeah, I know. Don't say that.
Fortunately, the roads are clear, so
yeah.
This drive really isn't made any harder for the snow, but it is just a crazy amount of snow in places.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of these bumps we're seeing over here is just because the ground itself is pretty high up too, but you can still see right there like an example of how thick it gets.
I'm pretty sure this is not how thick it was when it was like in the heyday of the snow. I'm pretty sure it was a lot taller than this.
I don't even know if this mountain road is passable at that time. It may be. I don't know. Maybe if they clear it well, I don't know. But
yeah, there's some roads, especially when it's pretty bad, they close roads
in 400 meters, turn right onto Guodao 103 How Guodao 394 How signs for Lake Towadako, Shichinohe.
Sorry. Yeah, up here we're turning right.
Oh, now turning left. Well, we enjoyed following you, buddy.
Yep, sure did.
Turn right onto Guodao 103 How Guodao 394 How signs for Lake Towadako, Shichinohe.
Yeah, they're going that way, and we're going that way. Looks like we're good.
Continue on Guodao 103 How for 22 kilometers.
Yep, the rest of this is just mountains.
it's hard to tell from the video. It looks like it would be really cold outside, but it's really not. It's very pleasant. Right around 70 degrees-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe a little cooler depending on where you are. It's probably a little cooler up here. Nothing else because of the cold coming off of the snow.
Yeah.
But it's actually very pleasant today. So lots of people have been out on their bikes and on their motorcycles.
It's actually a lot warmer today than it was yesterday.
Here.
And everyone back home, especially, well, if anyone's watching this in the Oklahoma City area all the way to Lawton, I hope y'all are safe. I've been hearing a lot of the weather down there today. This is Sunday. Well, here it's Sunday, there it's Sunday night, or Saturday night, so. Last time I checked, there was already multiple tornado warnings down there. In a way I miss it, in a way I do not miss it. If you know what I mean.
About to pass a hot spring resort.
Oh, yep. So, yeah.
I forgot this was up here. Yep. So this would be a place where a lot of people are bathing and also staying the night. A lot of times people will take vacations just to resorts like this, so they don't even have a destination except to stay.
There's the resort, and what's the chemical called? It just smells like rotten eggs up here.
Sulfur.
Sulfur, yeah.
Lots of sulfur smell. Which is good. Supposedly sulfur is supposed to be good for your skin, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's very commonly found in Onsen because they're from Japan is a very volcanic country because it's on the Ring of Fire, which is part of the reason why it has all the different earthquakes, that it has.
Yep.
And it also has lots of these natural hot springs, which have lots of minerals, things like sulfur and iron. And different hot springs have different minerals and chemicals that are supposed to be good for your skin and good for other ailments. So sometimes if you go to an onsen, they'll tell you what specific chemicals and minerals they have in their water and what it's supposed to be good for.
Buses are passing, so one has staff.
Yep. These probably ferry people up and down the mountain to the resort, I bet.
Aomori, yeah.
Yeah, these are JR buses.
Yeah.
That's one of the main transportation.
In Aomori.
Not in Aomori, in all of Japan. They do JR all over the place. They run the trains. They run most of the bullet trains.
Yeah.
They do buses. They do all kinds of things. JR, for reference, is Japan Railways.
Yeah.
Hence the train being their main thing. But they do buses too, as you can see.
Yeah, I can't tell where they're from. Well, they're about to turn. Oh no, they're pulling over. Okay. They are from Aomori too. Okay.
I imagine they're just transporting people up here to the hotels.
Yeah.
And, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's the gate. Just you saw that? Yeah, they use those to block the roads if it gets too crazy with snow over here. Yeah, this is where the snow is pretty tall.
Two classes of vehicles in Japan. You've got your regular vehicles, and then they have light vehicles. They are more designed for not for long trips, just short distance travel. They tend to be cheaper, both to buy. Also, your vehicle tax is cheaper. Things you have to have done to your car is cheaper. So they're usually a pretty safe bet if you're not looking to have something really big and powerful. But it makes traversing these mountain roads a struggle.
Yeah, a little bit.
Luckily, because it's a small car, it's easy to maneuver.
Yeah.
but it just doesn't have it doesn't have a very powerful engine. So I've got a couple of cars behind me lined up because I'm not going very fast, but there's nothing I can do about that. So, and they can tell because they have two different kinds of license plates to indicate whether you're driving a normal vehicle or a light vehicle. You'd think that it would be obvious, and sometimes it is. But sometimes you'll see something you think is a light car, and it's got a white license plate, so it's a regular vehicle.
Yep.
Ours is yellow. That indicates that it's a light vehicle. Yep.
K car is what they're called.
K in this case is the character that means lightweight.
Yep.
So. It's interesting too. Their history is neat because the reason that they have the two classes of vehicles is after World War II. Cars started to become more they started to pick up in popularity.
Walking in the middle of the road.
Yes, she is, and I'm afraid to pass her because I don't know. Well, can't be helped. Anyway, after World War II, more people wanted to get cars, but because the country was so devastated after the war, lots of people didn't have a lot of money in the beginning. But they started to. This was around, I think, the 50s or the 60s, and things started to look up for the economy.
There's a skier up there.
He's a hiker.
Oh, a hiker, okay.
But things started to look up for the economy, and so a guy went to the U.S. and observed car manufacturing technology. They had cars in Japan at this time, but they weren't super widespread. And he decided, well, what can we do to make the cars more affordable? So they gutted a lot of them. They made them much more simple cars that were lighter weight, just meant to kind of get people around town. And they were a huge hit. They were cheaper, so more people could get them, and they got really popular. Of course, eventually the Japanese economy boomed. And they started, basically, if anyone wanted a regular car. Then they could, if they felt so inclined. But
I forgot how tall it was over here. Sorry.
You're fine. But the K cars never went away. They're still a very popular option. I'm driving one right now. I actually didn't have a choice. I wondered if maybe I'd want to have a regular car, but my parking space, I have an assigned parking space at at our apartment, and it's only big enough to accommodate a lightweight vehicle, so I didn't get a choice. Which is fine in a way. I kind of wanted to have one anyway, just to drive one and see what it was like. But I will admit, for trips like this, a full-size, full-power car probably would be a little nicer.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It got us around the mountain yesterday, and it'll get us around today. I say around, more like up and over.
Yep. Tree branch in the middle of the road. And he got his license.
I did this past weekend. Until now, I've been driving legally, mind you, with an international driving permit. Those are good for a year or until your home driving license expires. Well, it just so happens that mine expires June of this year, the end of June, which is not very far from now. And getting your license transferred is a whole ordeal. So you have to take a couple of tests, and they were very, very strict. It's not uncommon for people trying to transfer the license to have to take the test 5, 6, 7 times.
Yep.
And I just didn't have the kind of time to make the reservation because there's only one place in the entire prefecture I can go. It's 2.5 hours away. It's only open during times when I have work, so I have to take off a day of work to do it.
And at a K car.
Yeah, and it's just a whole ordeal. So I was really worried I wasn't going to be able to pass.
Oh, he got his lights on. I wonder what's going on.
Well, we probably need to go around it, but we've got to wait for this line of cars. But anyway, I passed on my first try. I was really happy. So this weekend, it was kind of to celebrate, and my license is good for a couple years. So then to renew it, all I have to do is go watch a video for a couple hours. I have to take a day off work to do it, of course, and stuff, and then they renew it. Unless I let it lapse. If my license lapsed, then I have to take the test again. So I'm absolutely not going to let that happen.
Yeah, don't do that.
Look at these walls of snow.
I know.
ridiculous.
No, I wouldn't either.
I mean, I guess they're doing fine, but it seems really risky.
Trying to keep myself to look out the window and not my phone. I get motion sickness kind of easily. Oh, this is lovely. We got a bunch of like skiers and snowboarders and hikers, like just all parked right here. And you can tell those are snow poles. That's how tall sometimes the snow gets. And some of these got bent because of the snow. Just kind of like, or maybe the snow plow too kind of bent them over.
This just does not seem safe. I don't know why so many. I mean, I'm sure they don't have a choice, whatever they're doing, but
they just parked here in the middle of the road.
I guess it's fine.
Yeah, some of these poles is kind of giving you an idea how tall the snow can get. It kind of helps you, like, help you bearings and see where the road is. Yeah. And these little mirrors right here help you see
around corners.
Yeah, around corners and stuff.
We have them in the States too, but they are far more used here.
Yes, they are.
Out of necessity. A lot of times there'll be high walls around intersections that make it difficult for you to see.
Yep.
Or intersections sometimes come in at very strange angles that make it very difficult to see if there's anyone coming. So they use those mirrors all over the place. And they are a godsend, because without them, no one would be able to drive without a 50-50 chance that they die that day. Like, it's just great.
Yeah. And if y'all want to see more roads, like especially for driving in around Hashikami or Hachinohe, let me know and I'll gladly do it. I'll try to remember to do it.
Got a little bit of a view here.
Yeah, just a
for
little
a brief
bit.
second. And now it's hidden behind the wall of snow again.
Yeah, I saw that.
Curb mirror, yep.
That curb mirror showed us there was a car coming. And it looks like you're good. But there is a car. Okay, never mind.
There's a car behind me.
Yeah, okay, that's what I saw in the mirror.
There's more than one car behind me, but it's hard to see very far behind me because of all the curves.
Yeah, you're good. There's no car coming.
Golly, that was a tight turn.
I think I remember that turn yesterday, and you were taking it real slow yesterday.
Yeah. I probably need to be taking it a little slower than I am now. So far, I've been okay, though.
Yeah.
But going downhill can be tough. You're basically hugging the brake the whole way down.
Yep.
Just to keep from careening into a wall of ice.
Yeah, we're good. Another sharp turn. There's a snowplow right there. I don't remember how many there were of those, but there's quite a few.
Some of these turns feel like I'm spiraling down.
Yeah. Yeah, I stopped looking at my phone. Like I need to look out the window. Oof. Nope. Yeah, you're good. Everything in our back seat is moving. That's hilarious. Like,
Yeah, you gotta really hug the brake on some of these downhill slopes, because if not, you'll end up just flying.
whoa, sorry. Yeah, it's gonna be like this for the rest of the way.
Well, the rest of the way down this mountain.
Yeah. Well, I know we were going uphill for a long time yesterday, so we're gonna be going downhill a long time.
Yeah,
And a lot of the
way home.
I know, I mean, on the mountain and stuff, and some of those turns as well are kind of sharp.
Yeah.
I think we stay on this road.
Yeah, I don't plan to go to Shichinohe.
Yeah.
Blows my mind. One of my, not one of my teachers, but she works at the Board of Education with me. She works in Hashikami, the same town I live in. She lives in Shichinohe, which
we just passed the sign to it.
yeah, which for reference, Shichinohe is about an hour and a half drive away, roughly. And that's in the spring and the summer, not in the winter with all the hazardous road conditions.
Yeah.
So the winter is much worse. But, I mean, I've heard of people commuting an hour and a half to work before and stuff like that. But the thing is here,
As
so
you can see.
we have to be at work before 8:15 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the work culture, she often doesn't get to clock out from work until after 8 or 9 in the evening.
Yeah.
So she's at work all day. And then she has to drive an hour and a half home on good conditions.
Yeah.
Or in good conditions. And then I just don't know how she does it. I really don't. I admire her, but I feel for her. That can't be good for her.
Yeah.
And she's always so happy too. She's just a really nice, sweet person.
Yep, there's that tree.
Yep.
Almost in the middle of the road.
Just built the road around the tree.
Yep.
We'll clear trees to make a road, but not this tree. I
Nope.
like this tree.
We'll just keep that tree.
This
Put
tree
a
needs to
little,
stay.
some reflectors on it. Should be fine.
I don't know why that one tree in particular gets to stay, but it does.
I don't either, but it's hilarious.
It'd be funny if it's just in the middle of the road.
Mm.
Just a tree.
I don't know where I've seen it, but I've seen videos of people just building around trees and houses and stuff on like big highways.
This is much nicer than a little bit ago. Oh, man.
Yes.
You can see most of these trees don't have a lot of leaves just yet, because up
Yep.
here, it's not crazy cold, but it's still kind of winter here.
Yeah.
Because of all the snow and everything. It'll start to thaw out more. I'd give it probably a month or two.
Yeah.
I would assume. This is my first spring here.
Yeah.
But down at sea level, or just above where we live, I mean, it's already well into spring now. It feels lovely. The cherry blossoms and stuff are blooming right now. It's just gorgeous. But up here in the mountains, spring is lagging behind just a bit.
Just a little bit. I guess everyone's clean. Yeah.
There's another one coming too. Gotta be careful.
I don't know. It almost looked like a Jeep. It's a Toyota version of a Jeep. It was a Toyota.
Toyota cars here can be funny because you've got your Toyota models that we know back home.
Yep.
For the most part, I don't really see the Toyota pickups like the Tundra.
No, yeah.
That's not a thing here that I've seen.
That's mostly in the U.S.
But lots of the stuff, the Corollas and the all that. making it back home, like the Toyota Noah.
Yeah.
And other stuff. We found one. I don't think it was a Toyota. I think it was another brand. But it was called the Coco.
The Coco, yeah.
Which I just love. That's just an adorable name for a car.
It is.
Okay, this sign here says "Welcome to Towada City." So
Sweet.
we are definitely getting close to home. Well, not close to home.
Towada.
We're still a little ways out, but Towada is it's on our side of the prefecture. So the fact that we're seeing signs for Towada means
we were there. We were in Towada, and we had that big snowstorm, and we had to go home early. Yeah. And we're actually planning on going back at some point. The Towada is really big on art. Like, just there's a lot of art on a section part of Towada that we were wanting to do, but it snowed really bad, as y'all saw in some of the videos, or those 2 videos that we took. Sorry, I cut you off.
I don't remember what I was saying. You're fine.
Towada, it's near where we are. Yeah, I don't know. That's why it got me talking about Towada.
Yeah, I was just saying it's on our side of the prefecture.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're seeing signs for Towada means that
we're getting near.
Yeah, we have now exited the Tsugaru region to the west and entered the Nambu region to the east, and we live in Nambu. Oh, this bridge here is called the Hermits Bridge.
Yeah, okay.
I wonder where the Hermit is.
In the creek.
I'd call that a river.
It's a river, whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a river.
There's a river right here on the left. But it's kind of, the angle's kind of weird. Hopefully I get to find a spot where I can get it really good.
No guardrails here, so it gets a little sketchy at times. Take it easy, it'll be alright.
I like these. Oh, I'm about to hit a tunnel. Guess it's dripping.
Yeah. All the melting snow.
Yeah. So right now we're actually going through a mountain. These tunnels are a thing here because
they're not always going through the mountain.
Yeah, they're not always, but
this one could be. I'm not exactly sure. The other kind of half tunnel blocked my view of it, but we might be going through it right now.
No, I remember this when we went through it yesterday, and it was going through a mountain.
Okay.
Yeah. Or all the ones that we've been going have been going through a mountain.
Well, I don't doubt it. They do that a lot here.
A lot easier than going over the mountain. So they're just like, let's go through it. Makes it a lot faster.
Said beware of curves, so we're gonna have to take it slow, I guess.
Yeah, I think I remember this part being a little curvy. Just kind of like up there, but with more trees.
Yeah. A lot less snow.
A lot less snow.
It's crazy. It's like we just emerged from winter into spring in the span of a tunnel.
Yep. It's weird. Yeah, there's hardly any snow on the ground right here.
And you can already see how much greener the trees actually have leaves.
Yep.
And a lot of these are the same trees we were seeing up further at a higher altitude. These ones have had a chance to wake up and realize it's spring, and the other ones still aren't quite there yet.
Yep. We're 40 minutes in.
Cool.
Oh, we got, like that. It's like landslides when the ground is a little wet. I just saw that sign back there saying that watch out for landslides. Well, it looked like boulders going down the mountain, but
You mean me?
no, bitch. God, not that mean.
I don't know. You're pretty mean to me.
We've been together for 11 years. I think I have it right. longest video I've uploaded was about 15 minutes and 20 seconds or something like that.
You see these markers on the side here too for the snow, but most of it down this far is low in altitude has melted.
Yep.
You can see patches. But
yeah. You can tell it's melting. Spa.
Another onsen.
Oh my. Yeah, it's like yesterday when I don't know what it is, but it's itchy.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Ooh, it's so green over here.
Yes, it is. This feels like spring.
Yeah, just green is popping. You want to eat in Towada? We're going to be passing Towada.
Are you getting hungry?
Yeah, it's lunchtime, I'm pretty sure right now.
Okay, well, we can stop and get something from Towada, that's fine.
No, we'll be passing Towada. Go to that cafe again. I don't care.
It was probably a little pricier than I want to spend right now.
Yeah, we can look for something at Towada.
It was good.
It was good.
Beware of forest fires.
Yep.
We see lots of signs all over the place saying beware of fires, which seems strange. You would think that would just be common sense, right? Just like, yeah, obviously beware of fire. But fires are a real big problem here in Japan. For one thing, traditionally, the buildings were made out of mostly bamboo, wood, and paper.
Yep.
Which, are pretty flammable. And then on top of that, a lot of places were heated with, fire and more recently kerosene and things like that.
Yeah.
And Japan gets, I think, a fifth of the world's earthquakes.
Yep.
Or something. Like, it's nuts. And so when earthquakes happen, things get knocked over, gas lines get broken, and fires start.
Yep.
But whenever you're in town, you see signs all over the place that say beware of fire, beware of fire. But a couple of times,
red, like little flag things that are on the side of the road, they're red and have white little kanjis on it. Yeah, that's basically saying beware of fire.
Yes. But there's been a couple of times on this trip, mainly up here in the mountains, I see a variation of it where it says wildfires. Literally says mountain fires, but in Japanese, when they say mountain, it usually just means wild. And stuff. So, I guess that's a real concern up this way, which makes sense.
A lot of trees.
Yeah, lots of trees. I'm sure when thunderstorms happen, it can be a real problem. Or, when dumbasses...
Watch your language.
When they smoke and throw their cigarette stuff on the ground. Fortunately, it's not that bad here. People tend to be a little bit better about not littering, but it definitely happens. And I've seen spent cigarette butts on the ground and stuff. So it just takes one person camping deciding they want to, just throw their cigarette on the ground, and you can burn down half the mountain.
Yeah, certain stores that have like little ashtray, little cup things where you just their little hole, you just throw your cigarette in.
Well, they even have little pouches you can just keep in your pocket.
Yeah, little pouches too.
That extinguish your cigarettes.
Yep.
Those are neat. I've never seen anything like that back in the States.
Yeah, there's so many people that smoke here, so they're like, let's get creative with smoking.
Smoking is on the decline, fortunately, in Japan. Fewer and fewer people are doing it, but after smoking kind of went out of fashion in the U.S., the tobacco companies decided they were going to take their business and push it elsewhere. And one of the big places they pushed was East Asia and Southeast Asia. So China is, from my understanding, really bad on smoking. Japan, I know for a fact, is really bad on smoking. Korea, I believe, is also pretty bad, and stuff like that. So things are getting better in terms of fewer people taking it up. Also used to, not even that long ago, you could basically smoke anywhere you wanted to. You could walk into a McDonald's and smoke.
Yep.
I don't know if that's true exactly, but it's something like that.
Oh, they're picking someone up.
Yep. But anyway, it was not uncommon to see people smoking in coffee shops and restaurants and bars. Those places still exist, but they are much, much, much less common than they used to be. They're even less common now than when I was here 4 years ago.
Yep.
And stuff. So things are improving, but it's going to take time.
Opportunity to sing your I'm a Tree song.
I'm good.
Oh, come on. It's kind of funny.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
One of these days I'm going to get you singing that song.
Maybe so. Get a few beers in me and we'll talk. Should have tried it last night.
I couldn't hardly hear anybody last night.
We could have done it well, probably not when I was at the hotel, because I probably shouldn't have been singing in the hotel, but...
Yeah. So yeah, dinner was good, but also loud. Got all the LTs, or... ALTs, which that's what Kate is. And a lot of us are from America, and you know how we get when we are in a group, one starts talking really loud, and then we all start talking extremely loud. I feel bad for the people that work at the restaurant, but it was so loud I couldn't even have time to hear Kay talk, and he was across
directly across from you at the table.
Yes, directly across me from the table. I couldn't even hear the guy that we were with that was hung out with us named Jesse. I couldn't hardly hear him. And anyway, yeah. Ooh, the creek.
Well, everything is a creek. That is definitely a river.
The river.
Earlier might have been a creek.
Meters.
This is a river.
Continue straight onto Guodao 102 House. Signs for Towada.
Okay, just go towards Towada. We got a shell. I haven't seen a shell here.
Yeah, they have shells.
Well, anyway, got a shell here.
Continue straight onto Guodao 102 House. Signs for Towada. Then slight right to stay on Guodao 102 House.
Okay. Right. Yep, that way.
Slight right to stay on Guodao 102 House. Continue on Guodao 102 House for 17 kilometers.
Cafe and food.
That was the first shell I've seen, so.
We've been around quite a few of them. They're not that uncommon. But I'd say they're actually pretty common, but we just don't have a lot of them out where we live.
Oh, got some cherry blossoms.
Yeah, they're only around for a couple weeks, so give it a little more time, the cherry blossoms will have all fallen off and they'll be replaced just by leaves.
Yep. I might cut the video off here in a minute.
That's fine.
Because we're off the mountain. Anyway, like I said, if you want more videos like this, let me know. If anyone watched this. We'll see. Anyway, y'all have a great evening or morning or whenever y'all watch this, and thank you for watching Japan Diaries. See you in the next video.